So I brought to you a video of my least used 2023 purchases. I want to follow that up with my most used 2023 purchases. Pooling these items to do this list, I was alarmed and embarrassed by the apparent lack of color, but I guess if anything, I am all too consistent. 2023 definitely saw a major transition in terms of my personal style, and these pieces definitely carried me through that transition and saw repeat use week after week after week. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. So why don't we start with footwear, since I didn't bring any of it down to actually show to you. So by far, my most favorite shoe purchase of the year were my Beau patent leather boots. So you guys have heard this story time and time again. I was so inspired and moved by the Saint Laurent Menswear 2023-24 show. When the collection went live, I did go ahead and purchase a top, but I wanted to be able to also capture some of that magic from the runway. So I decided to pick up a pair of boots as well. The Vasily style that was actually worn on the runway wasn't yet available, so I ended up picking up the Beau style that was also in patent leather. Now, you probably are thinking, Tristan, this shoe is really high, and I would say, yeah, they are extremely high. For me, the higher the shoe, the better I walk. They just work with everything though, everything that I own. So I wear a lot of long black trousers that hit the ground, and those boots give me that nice little bit of lift that make it look like I'm almost floating as I walk. They always bring that androgynous vibe that Saint Laurent menswear collection really showcased. Yeah, they were probably the most expensive purchase on this list, but I already feel like I've gotten my cost per wear. I've worn them to several parties, I've worn them to several events, and I always get so many compliments on them. Next is my Converse Hike sneakers. Now these shoes have carried me through. They have carried me through. They carried me through winter in New York, where I was trudging through the rain. They've carried me through many different trips that I've gone on. They've carried me on several mile walks. They are one of the most comfortable pieces of footwear that I own. I love the neutral color and that linen and that very dusty pink. It's just absolutely perfect. I also love the little bit of a platform because for me, I don't like flat shoes particularly. So they give me the lift that I like and the lift that I need. But again, I don't have to sacrifice comfort. They're pretty much my go-to shoe whenever I know I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. And I know boot, which, again, I love a Cuban-heeled boot. I know that that's not going to be practical. It's not going to be sensible. The last most used 2023 purchase is actually something I don't think you guys would expect, but it's actually a pair of APL sneakers that I wear to the gym. Now, deciding to get my fitness together, looking good while working out makes me work out even harder. It makes me feel better about going to work out. I don't want to just wear any random old thing. And so one of the ways to motivate myself to spend more time at the gym was to purchase a nice pair of sneakers. And I got a pair of APLs from Nordstrom that are white with ombre, blue and white, just accent detail. I really love these. They're sleek, they're stylish, they're sophisticated, but they're also extremely comfortable. For a while, I was working out in a Nike Roshe run, I want to say, or it wasn't the Roshe run. Oh, I can't remember. I was working out in a Nike style, and it just didn't give me the support that I needed, and the APLs have been just tremendous. I've beaten these into the ground, so I do think I'm due a new pair, so I will be purchasing a new pair for 2024, but absolutely love this style, absolutely love this shoe, definitely got my cost per wear out of those. Now we only have one item for outerwear, so I'll show that to you next. Let me go grab it. So, because I have a very limited frame, you're really not going to be able to get a lot of the detail here, so I will insert some footage of me wearing this piece. But this is a vintage Burberry jacket that I picked up from a local consignment shop. It is really, I think, one of the smartest investments I made this year. This is a black wool with velvet lapels and velvet buttons. I love this coat so much. For one, I already had a black overcoat in wool. I had picked it up from the H&M and Versace collaboration that was like well over a decade ago. I love that coat. I love that coat so much with the leather sleeves and the partial leather lapels. So good. I mean, I wore the hell out of that jacket. And then I was at this local designer consignment shop, and I really wasn't in the market for anything, but I saw this coat, and I was like, I have to try it on. Structured shoulders. It's got a really nice dramatic length. Now, for me, what I've recognized is that the longer my pieces are, the more harmonious I look. Maybe because I just like the drama, maybe because I like the movement, but for example, my H&M overcoat hits right at the knee. This Burberry coat, this coat hits around the ankle, I want to say. Visually, it just looks that much more pleasing to me. It's also an extremely heavyweight coat, and so it just feels nice and enveloping. I really can't say better things about this coat, and the fact that I got it for a very reasonable price just makes me that much more excited. I think this was like 150 bucks, maybe? Which, for, good outerwear, you can't beat. So next I want to go through just a few accessories that I have. I don't have a lot of accessories, but 2023 really saw me embrace them and start to wear them a lot. So I want to share those with you. So first up for accessories is this headband here. Now, I am very partial to Renaissance artwork, and I love the way that halos are portrayed in Renaissance art. So I wanted to try to recreate that on maybe a more wearable scale. So I picked this up from Macy's. It's actually rhinestones, if you can see it, and then it's got just these really interesting tassels that hang down that are also rhinestones. So when you put it on, right, it does actually disappear into your hair. So it doesn't give you the halo effect like I wanted, but it hangs behind your ears and gives just some visual interest and some movement. So what I like about this is that I'm someone who really likes to invest in outfit formulas. So for example, right, white button-down shirt, oversized denim, Cuban heel boot, and then maybe a jacket. Well, I want to make sure that my looks don't look too similar time after time, so adding something simple like this really creates some freshness, really creates a new look without having to do very much. And this was so inexpensive. I add those to an outfit and they just make such a great statement without me having to do a whole lot, which for me, I like looking put together, but I don't want to actually have to try that hard, if that makes sense. So next up is my collection of bucket hats. So I laugh about it today because I was so opposed to the style for my entire life. I grew up just thinking that they looked silly. This year, something in me shifted and I saw a bucket hat that I had to have, and it really awakened something in me. I have kept it going ever since. So first up is this bucket hat from Anthropologie. So I picked this one up specifically because I purchased a raincoat from Zara. It was one of their collaborations with Castle, if you guys are familiar with the brand, and it's a burgundy patent leather. And I thought, well, the coat is definitely weatherproof, but my head is going to get wet. So even with an umbrella, right, I still want to make sure that I keep my hair protected. So I thought, why not get this bucket hat, right? It's also in a nice burgundy. It's also weatherproof. So I picked this up. This is the brand ASN Los Angeles, which I've personally never heard of, but I like the fact that it's satin lined, which, I don't know if you can see that. And I love the color, right? It's not boring, it's not black. I try to avoid black for my more practical pieces because I find that it's draining, it can be a little bit boring, so this color definitely brings some visual interest. And surprisingly, I actually like the way it looks, and I will bust this out even for days where it's not raining because I just think it's a lot of fun, and it just brings a little bit of liveliness to some of my looks. After purchasing this guy, I saw this stunning piece at Urban Outfitters. Now, the funny thing is I don't really wear a lot of denim. I always tend to opt for a more tailored trouser in like a wool or a silk. So it reminded me of Jamiroquai, which I mean, I think we all know, right? Virtual insanity. It just gave me those vibes, and it's so much fun. I'm not going to put it on today because I don't want to mess up my hair, but I'll insert a picture of me wearing it. It's such a one-of-a-kind piece, and it actually hangs so low that like it covers your eyes a little bit. I've worn this countless times, and I end up stopping people in the street because they're so intrigued by it. So I particularly like wearing this with a pair of patchwork denim that I have from Zara, and it just makes the perfect kind of late 90s aesthetic, and people have absolutely loved it. I just really, really like it, and it was so inexpensive. I think I got it for under $20, so it was so worth it for how much I wear it and the positive response I get from it. To round up my collection so far, I've got this bucket hat that is also from Urban Outfitters with these dangling faux pearls that I absolutely love. It is just such an interesting piece, and I personally have an obsession with pearls. So a lot of my jewelry features pearls in some, regard. I've got a ring with a pearl inlay. I have several layers of pearls. Got a pearl choker. I've even got pearls on a chain that float. It looks like an invisible floating chain. Really, really, really nice piece. So this to me just made sense to add to the collection. And what I actually like is that you can really wear it any way you want. I actually like to wear it so that there's a pearl just hanging, in the center of my head. I don't know why. It can be a little distracting, but even when I wear this to work, people are like, "Whoa, what is that hat? That's super cool. Where'd you get that from?" So it's a conversation starter, and I like it. I think my intention is to continue to build my collection of bucket hats, and I want to have just a collection of really cool, really quirky bucket hats, just to, have a thing, right? I feel like all notable people have their thing. Some people are known for sunglasses, some are known for shoes, some are known for jackets. I think I want to be known for bucket hats. Alright, let's do the last accessory. Last for my accessories is a pair of sunglasses. So these are a pair of Christian Dior sunglasses that I picked up from a boutique called Carina. I love to visit that boutique. I think that they have an incredible assortment of merchandise, and every so often I'll just wander in there. Usually I don't have any expectations, which is usually when I find just the absolute best. So I saw these one day and I thought, oh wow, I had to have them. They give me an aviator vibe, but without being an aviator, if that makes sense. Aviators are very cool, but they're a little bit too traditional for my liking, so I opted for these because, one, they've got the thick metal bar, but with the gold that just lines it, that gives it a little bit of visual interest, but then it really tapers for the ear hook, which I just really like. Then you've got these really geometric lens, all black, with the gold wire around. They are so beautiful. I really like them. Did I need another pair of black sunglasses? No. My Celine definitely have carried me through, but they were just too pretty not to take home, and I've actually had people try to steal them from me because they're like, wow, those are a really nice pair of glasses, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Let's get into apparel. Alright, this is a button down from Massimo Dutti, and this is actually my first purchase from Massimo Dutti. I remembered the brand, it was familiar to me, but I couldn't put my finger on it, and I remembered that there used to be a store on Fifth Avenue, I believe, but I guess I was so unfamiliar with the brand at the time that I never paid it any mind. But I was on the website and I was looking and I saw this piece and I really liked it. And so when it went on sale, I decided to pick it up, and it has been used and abused, as you can see from the wrinkles in it. So one, it's this beautiful satin finish. I personally love the button detail here, which you can see. And then the other buttons are this really delicate mother of pearl. but it's the fringe for me that I absolutely enjoy. And if we turn it to the back, that's where you can really see where the magic happens, where it's got this overlay, cascading waterfall of fringe. Now, I love this piece because it does a whole lot without doing too much. Listen, I like to layer as much as the next person, but sometimes I just want a good statement piece that captures the attention and doesn't need a lot to make an outfit. I wear this with jeans. I wear this with a pair of Monse pants that also have fringe, so that with every step I take, I'm just shimmying, 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 just a lot of movement. I have to say, for my first piece from Massimo Dutti, I'm really pleased. The quality is exceptional. The finishes are just nice. And it gets a lot of attention whenever I wear it. Where people are like, oh my god, where'd you get that from? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? They think it's designer. And to me, to have gotten it for such a good deal, I am really excited. And I am excited to continue to wear it in the new year in new and more interesting ways. Ugh. This is also a little wrinkled. Please don't judge me too harshly for not steaming everything. I'm so sorry. This is a t-shirt that I picked up from Zara, I want to say at the very beginning of the year, and it's an asymmetric draped top, which you can see. You're probably thinking, oh, it's hanging pretty weird on the hanger. Definitely doesn't give you the full effect on a hanger, but on the body, it's beautiful. It creates a cascading waterfall on a diagonal on your frame, and it just looks absolutely immaculate. This is something that to me just works for all occasions. Even though it is, a cotton material, is so heavyweight that it has good drape, and so it hangs really nicely on the body. From a distance, and maybe even up relatively up close, you don't know that it's cotton. So it looks a little bit more luxurious than it actually is. And it looks good with really anything I put it on with. I'll insert a picture on the screen so you can get the full effect, but you're definitely going to see a theme of white shirts, and I don't want you to drag me in the comment section. Alright, here's this incredible cropped button-down shirt from the Frankie shop. I don't know if you guys can really get the full effect of it. I couldn't remember if this was a 2022 or 2023 purchase. I think it probably was somewhere on the cusp, so I figured I would just feature it anyway, because I do love this, and this got a lot of wear this year. If you didn't know, I'm a sucker for shoulder pads, and if you guys can see, this has a double layered shoulder, so that it gives the effect of a shoulder pad without actually having the additional piece into it. So it creates a really nice horizontal line here, and then it's got the cropped body, which just makes it feel a little bit fresh, a little bit more youthful. It's the perfect crop that if you wear it with a high-waisted pant, you're probably not going to show really any skin, or just the slightest hint of skin, which I like. Plus, the tie detail in the back just gives it a little bit more shape and a little bit more structure. This is something that I had been coveting for so long. I had been looking high and low for a piece like this. I want to say I saw it on High Low Luxe, Janae Naylor, or she had featured it, and I was like, oh, that's good. I really like that. I really want that. So I decided to pick it up for myself. It started my love affair with the Frankie shop. I've purchased a couple of additional pieces from there since then, but such a good investment. I highly recommend that if you don't get this one that's cropped, they definitely do a style that's more full body, that kind of cinches in at the waist just a little bit to give a really interesting shape. I've also seen Kaz do a very similar silhouette. Definitely a good addition to your wardrobe. I know that the shoulder pad look is slowly phasing out, but to me this is timeless, and it's why I always reach for it time and time again, because it's just so easy and it's so perfect. Here is this amazing feather cuff blazer from Zara. I know we've seen Zara do this 100 times. I know they've done it in black, and I think they did it in green. Most recently they did it in hot pink. I love this jacket, and it is definitely worth the hype. I opted for this dusty nude color because for me it's a little bit more practical. Even though this isn't my favorite color to wear, I don't think it's the most flattering on my skin tone. It works with so much that I have, and yes, it's a statement piece because people remember this, But it's not so statement like the hot pink or the green that people are really going to be like, wow, you just wore that last week. Why are you wearing that again? So I wear this in more formal situations. I wear this casually. It really works well for all occasions. The cut is a little bit more relaxed. It doesn't have that more severe tailoring. And like I said, the color just makes it really functional for a variety of occasions and for frequent use. The feathers are extra, but extra is my middle name, and I absolutely love that. And because of how much success I've had with this blazer, I ended up purchasing several additional pieces that will not be featured in this video that also have feather motifs. So when I told you that there was no color in this video, y'all thought I was really joking, didn't you? Alright, so this is this really incredible cotton and Lurex duster I picked up from Anthropologie. This one surprised me, guys, I have to tell you. Obviously they don't do menswear, which is fine. You know, for me, I aim for androgyny and I don't care about the gender of the clothing as long as it speaks to me and I feel like I can wear it. But I saw this duster one day while at the mall with my mom and I tried it on and was like, looks kind of beachy, but let me try it on. She loved it. I loved it. I bought it without even thinking twice. And I thought, okay, well, this will be a piece that I just wear while, you know, it's slightly warm so that, you know, I can still look like I'm doing something. I can still do my layering, but I don't have to be uncomfortable. I wear this piece like every other day. Like, every other day. I like it with another piece I'm going to feature in this video. It just does it. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it's got that Lurex interwoven, so it's got a little bit of shimmer, the little bit of fringing that's happening at the bottom, the fact that there's just some texture all throughout. I don't know. It doesn't look like something I would normally pick up, but at the same time, it's the perfect piece for me because it is in a neutral color, it's a super long silhouette, and it's easy to layer with. I don't know, but this absolutely carried me through the summer into the fall, and I'm still wearing it in the winter. I really, really can't say enough good things about it. I will say, like, don't sleep on Anthropologie. Sometimes it can be a little bit pricey for what it is, but you'll find some really good pieces that will last you a lifetime there. All right, so first pair of trousers to talk about are these satin finish cargo trousers in champagne. And guys, these are from Target. Like, what a purchase. Now, this is the A New Day line from Target, which is typically the line that I gravitate towards if I'm purchasing apparel from Target. I own a couple of, you know, basic pieces from there. My mom had actually come home and said, hey, I was at Target and I saw these really pretty pants and I thought of you. I like them. I think you should check them out. And when she showed them to me, they came in a few colors and she's like, the champagne color is everything. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll try them out. They were less than $30. And I knew that I would probably have a good time with them because I have a pair of C's Marjan silk cargo trousers that I wear to death in a like salmon pink. So I picked these up and they've been great. I have purchased lots of great tops and jackets in more neutral colors like cream, ivory, and these trousers just do the thing. I like that they're a relaxed straight leg, plus they've got the pleating at the waistband to just give a little bit of a fuller effect, a little bit more volume, a little bit more room. And the funny thing is that, again, when I wear a piece like this, people think it's more expensive than it is, which to me always says it's a good investment, it's a good purchase, when people are like, hey, are those Ralph Lauren, are those this? And I'm like, no, they're literally Target A New Day. Like, check them out, get them, they're super cheap. Alright, so this is a pair of denim I purchased on a whim while visiting a friend in Atlanta. I have to say I'm surprised by this pair of pants because they're definitely not my style. I also really love them and I wear them to death. So these definitely feel a lot more bohemian, a lot relaxed than what I normally go for. But I think it's because they're so just out there, they're so different, that's why I just end up gravitating towards them. One thing I think that helps is that they've got the elastic waistband, which makes them just a little bit more comfortable to wear, even though they have a zip fly and normal button closure. They just are just comfortable, right? I don't have to worry about bloating, or if I've gained a little weight, they're still gonna fit me great. Plus you've got the like burlap in the front, which is just so cool to me. So cool. And then in the back, you've got the pinstripes that have been slightly bleached out with a patch pocket. They're just an interesting pair of pants. And I actually end up wearing these with the duster that I showed you earlier from Anthropologie. And to be pieces that were not designed to go together, they actually work really well together. And I get a lot of compliments when I wear this outfit. If there's any other great thing I can say about these pants, it's that I love the really exaggerated wide leg. I mean, like, these pants are full. They are very, very full in the leg. You know what I said. I like it when my pieces are over the top. These jeans are definitely my go-to piece for when I really want to be casual, but I don't want to wear a sweatpant or a fleece, you know, something that looks a little bit more athletic. And this gets the job done. It still keeps me looking over the top, but comfortable. And guys, last but not least, Ganni denim. So, ooh, I know, I love these. These are so good. If you're not wearing Ganni denim, you're doing something wrong. Their denim is so good. I love it, love it, love it so much. For one, their denim tends to be a lot heavier in weight. Now, Naked and Famous, to my knowledge, still does the heaviest denim available, but like, it's heavyweight, it's thick, it's robust. And it just fits so beautifully. At least it fits my body really beautifully. So this is a high-rise barrel leg with a silver coating. Now, why I like these jeans so much? Because they kind of look like armor. It's really funny, actually. They make people stop and ask me, whoa, what are these pants? Tell me about these pants. So they hit right at the ankle, and you guys have to check out this incredible shape. Like, look at that. That's fantastic. Now, the coating on them makes them a lot stiffer, so they hold a really nice shape. I am surprised that I like barrel leg denim because I tend to like something a little bit more streamlined, but I think because the coating makes them so structured, I actually really like them. And on myself, I really only like mid or high rise. Low rise options really, I don't find flattering. But these, like the other jeans that I showed you, are just my go-to for when I want to look dressed down, but I don't want to look plain, slovenly, boring, or like I didn't try hard. I could literally throw these on with just a simple sweatshirt, and then I'll do my Rick Owens Converse, and it's a full head-to-toe look. I look like I tried really hard when I really haven't. Alright guys, that's my video of my most used purchases of 2023. Please let me know in the comments section which item was your favorite. Also, let me know down in the comment section below, what are your most loved items for 2023? As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a loved one, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.